Visiting new members or visitors? We got a few. We stand up and tell us who you are, call sign if you have one.
Steve Perez, KD4 MBH, Roswell.
Are you a member or did you just join?
Just moved in.
Okay, great. Who else?
Bill Johnson, KN4ARD. I'm from Kennesaw, and first time visiting here.
Okay,
Welcome.
thanks for coming.
Yay. Jim Wimberly, KJ4, KYI, from the Cumming area. Hey, man.
Okay, Tim, all right.
K4DJM, Don, I'm from East Cobb.
Okay, Don, thanks for coming. Welcome. Is there anybody else?
Number of years since I've been here. KG4VUV, my name's Tom, Cherokee County.
Okay, Tom, thanks for coming. Welcome, everybody. Please silence all your communications devices. Probably don't do that. Exits are through the kitchen or the doors where you came in. Coffee, water, fire extinguisher in the kitchen in the back. Restrooms at the entrance where you came in. Watch out for Steve's cords on the floor. And when we're done, but you put them there. So when we're done, help us sweep floor, stack the chairs. Basically, try to leave the place as good as we found it, which is pretty good usually. So we welcomed all the new members, first timers. Let's go ahead and do roll call. Let's see if we can do it pretty quick though. We won't lose too much time here. Let's start right here.
Lori, K4UPI.
Neil, N4FN.
I'm Steve, KS4KJ.
Reed, W2CQH.
Don, N2VGU.
West, Whiskey 3, Whiskey Lima.
John, N4IHV.
Jim, KJ4QET.
Fred, KK4, CKA.
Gary, W6, GB.
Jerry, KK4, USI.
Fred, KK4JYO.
Gary, AK4NA.
Jim, W4QO.
Model AC4PA. Terry, W4YBB.
Doc, W1DOC. Stewart, AK4EX.
Mike, AD4MC.
Mike, KF4UPA.
Mike. Oh, that's true. W5JR.
Wayne, KE4WYU.
Paul, K4MPD.
Zig, AF4MP.
Brian, W3CP.
Pat, N4ZAS.
Stephen, KW4HG. Scott, KM4JXE.
Bob, K4BB.
Mike, KW4HX.
John, K4SQC.
Tim, K4RA. Shane, KF4TJY.
Aaron, KK4LOV.
Tim, WK4U.
Randall, KM4SWK.
I'm Jeff, N1KDO.
Lynn, KW4WL.
Ian, KM4IK.
Bob, K4BBM. Another Bob, KI4SBL.
Steve, KD4 MBH.
Bill, K4YJJ. Dale, KJ4C.
Scott, KB4KBS.
Fred, N4CLA. Mobile.
Bill, W4.
Don, K4DJM.
Steve, AB4TT.
Chris, KI4APG.
Greg, KN4APC.
All right.
Martha, W4MSA.
Roger, N7VU. Tony, K4AWF.
Warren, KD4Z.
Chuck, AD4CW.
Grant, KK4PCR.
Lee, KT4LS.
Okay, great. Thanks everybody for coming. Wear your name badges if you have one. If you don't have one, you can go to the Mart and order one, or wear your NFARL apparel, which we'll talk about that here in a minute. We'll have a 50-50 drawing tonight after Scott's presentation. You'll win that right there tonight with your little blue tickets. Sorry, that's the door prize, and then the 50-50 drawing will be the red tickets that you purchase. Okay, membership, Pablo?
As you can see from this table, well, I don't want to say lost, but I think about 11 people just forgot to renew their membership. So let's put it this way. that's why I prepared this reminder membership report. You found this piece of paper on your seats. Please take a look at this report. First of all, I decided to say a big thank you to those who have already renewed in the recent 3 months. And also, there is a list of call signs of those whose membership will expire in 3 months from now. And then on the other side, you will find a list of call signs of those who used to be a member but probably forgot to renew and their membership expired. And so please, if you found your call sign or your friend's call sign in this list, please renew as soon as possible. Maybe tonight, ask Fred, K4CLA, or go to North Mart and then renew online. So please, unless you renew, we will be sending your reminders more and more often. So please do that. Thank you.
Okay, Jim, W4QO is going to do activities for us, I think.
Well, tailing on with what Pavel said, I don't know if you saw back there, but take about half of those and pass them down. Take one, pass it down the line if you would, see. Back on the table, and we every now and then remind you that we have business cards, and we'd ask you to carry one of those in your pocket or whatever. And if you see a ham in the parking lot of somewhere or whatever, it could be a member you don't know, sticking under the windshield wiper or in the door, when that kind of thing. Or if you're talking to somebody, give them a card and ask them to come to the meeting. We found this to be pretty effective. I personally have had 3 or 4 people that I ran into, well, not exactly ran into, but I came across. In fact, one of them who lives in Iowa now, he's been a real friend of ours, only because I ran into him or ran across him at the stop sign, and I ran over him. Oh well. Anyway, and there's others. No, just keep on that side, Gary. We got over here.
They're not testing back.
Anyway, all right. So we have repeater nets, as you can see up here. We have Aries meets on Sunday night, 8:30. There's a YL net on Thursday night, Tech net on Monday night, 8:30. And I will have to say, give K4BB a big hand. He has kept that going now for over a year. And we'd like to have you come in. We're getting down to 15 or so members or check-ins. We get check-ins from all over the world. We got one of our members, by the way, is N8SGZ, David, in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and he, what else are you going to do? He snowed in 9 months of the year. So, he checks into our net, and every week has a lot of interesting pictures, and some of them were a little too interesting a couple weeks ago, but anyway, that'll whet your appetite. Anyway, some people in here anyway. Okay, what's the next slide there? What? Oh, we have the general ham cram going on. It's what are we through 1 week? How's it going? Anybody in there in the ham cram? Okay, good. The Dalton Ham Fest is coming up this weekend, Saturday. How many people are going to Dalton? Okay, now keep your hand up if you're driving to Dalton. Okay, raise your hand up if you could take an extra person with you to Dalton. There's Tim and Steve, John Clute, and what's your name? Bill. You see that? John Clute there. If you'd like to go, Tim was over here on this side. If you, what? Another one in the back? Okay, we got to match you up. So you need to eyeball one of these people and try to get with them and get a ride, okay? Because it's a lot of fun. You need to find out when they're going and what time, where you're going to meet, when you're going to come back, and that type of thing. We've tried to have a lot of things this year under the heading of Mid-Month Madness. Dalton Ham Fest is not really one of those because only a few people can participate. We've had 2 already. We're going to have something on power poles. We're going to probably build a 2-meter Moxon. We've been talking about that on TechNet, and there's a million of them on the internet. The island operations, is the island going to get their own slide? Okay, very good. What's next? Okay, the Georgia QSO party. That's coming up in April. How many people have ever participated in the Georgia QSO party in a year? It's a lot of fun, It's April 8th and 9th. You can operate, of course, it's a good test of your station, and you are essentially a DX station. In other words, everybody's going to be calling you. You call CQ. Don't go hunting pounds, just get on and call CQ. And people will pile up on you and get you off the spotting network and that type of thing. Just get on the air. And we have several things that will be coming up. You can, if you don't have an HF station, if you're a tech and you don't have your general license, we'll put you with somebody who does. You can come to my house and operate, and all kinds of things like that. So we'll get you on. We typically get about 35 or 40 members on and operating, and this has resulted in the fact that we've won the club gavel 5 out of the last 6 years. And the only year we didn't win it, we sat on the side and let somebody else win. You know how that goes. So you do get certificates, and we did, by the way. You do get certificates, and we have some from last year. Is KB4 KBS here? I hope so, because he's supposed to be speaking tonight, and he has not picked up his certificate, which is very valuable. There are only 3 or 4 on eBay. First place on 40 meters. Second, we have one for you. You can cast your bid. And he was the low power phone rover single. Congratulations. Turn around and put up a picture. All right. How about N4Z? What?
No, go ahead.
Oh, N5ZZ, are you here? All right, finally, he finally comes to a meeting, and we got Max Faulkner, and by the way, he was part of the magnificent N4N team. I don't know if you know about that or not, but there was a talk on it this past year, and who's on that team? Huh?
That was at the DX.
Oh, was that the DX? Well, I didn't say where. I just said there was a first place in Rover, and who else was on that team besides W5JR and WK4U? Anybody else want to claim they were on the team? They were the biggest point generators for our club. How many counties did you get to?
58.
58 counties, and there's only about 60, so they got almost all of them. There's 159. Anyway, thank you very much, Max. It's really good. So that's certificates for participation, and do we have? What's the next slide? I don't think it's mine.
You're correct.
Okay, who's up?
Okay, Jim's not here. Let's see, Mike, do you want to say something about it?
Have any news?
No news about Aries, okay. Sunday night nets on, for Aries, every Sunday night. Join and do some, sorry?
06 repeater.
On the 06 repeater, 8:30, right? Okay. So it's a lot of fun. Do some digital messaging as well. Okay, Terry.
Okay, believe it or not, it's been a little over a year when I first talked about national parks on the air and put it out to Club Challenge to have some club members participate in it. So we had some winners. We had a couple of operators worked 33 parks, activated 33 parks, and that was a great accomplishment. And I don't see the ladies here tonight. AC4YL, AG4YL. Okay, I know Jeff's here. Jeff, come on up. N1KDO. And you're going to have to tell us how you did this.
Well, the rest of the ladies, yeah.
I cheated. 410 parks came in 4th in the state of Georgia.
I used Spot Collector. The guys from DX Lab Spot Collector built a filter for national parks on the air that would only show me the parks that didn't work. that and a little bit of perseverance, my wife was very pleased when the event ended. But it was a lot of fun, and I did work 410 different parks, so that was pretty cool, and I had a good time doing it, so I hope they do it again.
100 years.
All right, great, congratulations, and here's your first place certificate, and you also got a $25 gift card. They're coming in. Now you need to get involved in U.S. Islands program, and you'll be standing up here next year with some awards.
I'll be behind you, I think.
No. Okay, U.S. Islands Awards Program. This is only one of the special events that we're going to do this year celebrating the 4th year anniversary of our club. And there'll be a number of things that we'll get involved in, maybe a picnic and special event station and several things that we're going to talk about at the next board meeting. But tonight I'm going to talk about U.S. Islands Program and celebrating our 40th year anniversary. We came up with the idea of challenging everyone in the club to activate 40 islands throughout the year for 40 years of service. We partnership with the U.S. Islands Program and got them to endorse the program and take us on and help us celebrate our 40th anniversary. They put us on the front page of their website. If you haven't had a chance to go on their website, take a look at it. It almost guarantees an instant pileup if you put an island on the air using NFARL. And I know some of you still say, well, I don't want to get out on a boat. I don't want a boat. How am I going to get to an island? There are plenty of islands throughout the United States that you may be going to throughout this year. If you go to Florida on vacation, you may be going to St. George Island. That is a U.S. island, has a U.S. island number. If you go to down on the Georgia coast, there's a bunch of islands down there you can activate. Stone Mountain, there's a lake out there. There's an Indian island on the lake at Stone Mountain. You can go to Pine Isles. So we're throwing it out to challenge all the club members to activate as many islands as you can this year using the club call, activating an island, at least making 10 contacts. Or you can be an island chaser for a club award, where all you got to do is sit and monitor the calendar, monitor the Yahoo website that the U.S. islands have, look for the islands that are going to be on the air throughout the entire year. See how many islands you can work. Or you can actually qualify an island, and you got to use the island rules if you qualify an island, which means you got to make 25 contacts and 2 DX contacts. But anyway, it's on the web page, and I want to thank Bill Cobb. If y'all haven't had a chance to look at the website, but if you go down to the marker on the left side and look at the U.S. Islands Club contest, he's done an excellent job. 2 things you've got to do if you're going to activate an island, or if you're going to qualify an island. You have got to put it on the calendar for the U.S. islands so we can keep track of it. Number 2, we'd ask you to send in at least 1 photograph of your activation to Bill so we can put it on our website so we can keep track of who's doing what islands have been activated. Some of the club members can get on and look at seeing what everybody's doing. But we officially kicked it off 2 weeks ago. I was in the Keys. Now, I'm exempting myself from the contest. I just don't think it'd be fair. I came up with this thing, and I also started it off 2 weeks ago. And we've already got 7 islands planned, and 2 weeks from now, Jim and I are going to Florida, and we're going to try to qualify 5 new islands and activate about 4 more in about 6 days. So we're going to have a busy trip. So it's on the calendar for the U.S. Islands. If you want to keep track of us, go on the U.S. Islands website, pull up their calendar, and you'll see what islands we're going to be on and what days we're going to be on. I think that's probably most of the information. If I got any questions that pertains to it.
If we use the club call sign, who do we send our contacts to?
If you're going to just, you're going to be an island chaser, or you're going to be an island activator. Activator.
Using the call sign.
Hold on to your logs for the end of the year. Send a photograph, send a picture to Bill so he can put it on the website. This documents that you've been on the island activating it. Also, you put it on the calendar. So you can go back 6 months from now and look on the calendar and see where Jim activated an island at such and such a date, such time. Yes, Bob?
Any permission to use NF4GA?
Any
special permissions?
No. Anybody can use the club call.
Anybody?
Any club member, any valid club outstanding member, pay dues.
You better not be on Pavel's list.
Two people, you can be on two different islands using N4G. The key to it is the island number, is what people are going to be looking for.
And you could be on the same band with the same call sign.
You can be on the same band with the same call sign.
But
They've been doing it for years.
first of all, it has to be on the U.S. Islands calendar.
It needs to be on the calendar to validate it.
Okay.
So if you come back 6 months from now, or a year from now, and we're all standing up here passing out awards, and you're saying you worked 100 islands, you guys have to prove it. And one of the ways of proving it is document when you were on that island on the calendar for the U.S. islands.
Only I can take a picture of me in my backyard, but you wouldn't.
The only other thing that really needs to come out of this is
It's like Murphy's Law day here so far.
to verify it and all.
But you've got your
Like I
eyes
say,
too.
get it on the website so we can determine. Now, you can also go back and activate the same island as many times as you want to. You can't do it on the same day, but if you went up to Pine Isles, if you went out to St. George Island, for instance, you're going to have 2 vacations there this year, you can go back and activate. We're looking for a different date and time using the club call, using the same island number. So if you want to get the points that we've got on the website, you can activate the same island 10 times if you want to, but it's got to be a different date and time.
So you don't use the club call sign at home. Use your
No,
call sign
no.
at home.
Only when you go to an island. And we've got some bugs in it probably will get ironed out, because this thing came up pretty fast. And we had to work fast to try to get it on the U.S. Islands website and get them to endorse this and to go along with it. But I'll guarantee you there are a lot of people out there looking for islands, not only in the U.S., but the Canadians have their own island program. They'll be looking for the islands, and you get a lot of DX stations looking for them. And it's not IOTA, it's different. And I think everybody's beginning to realize that now, that U.S. Islands is an entirely different program with a different numbering system. Yes?
Terry, can the 2 DX entities, when you activate an island, can the 2 DX entities be 2 contacts with the same entity, or do they have to be 2 distinct entities?
Different. It needs to be different. All right, the way we set it up, I've got a friend in Canada now, and every time I'm going to try to qualify an island, I email him, he's there waiting on it. So you make a contact in the U.S., you make a contact in Canada, and you made your 2.
That's not this question.
No.
Can you work 2 Canadians, or do you have to work in Canada and England?
No, you can.
DX, for DX, can you work 2 Canadians? Or they have
The USA counts. So you work one station here, and you work Canadians, or wherever else you want to work. Doesn't matter, as long as you got 2.
Okay.
And USA counts 1.
Okay.
And Canada would count 2. France would count, but you only need 2.
Okay.
That,
And the US is 1.
and the US is 1. Yeah, all the rules are spelled out on the U.S. Islands website.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, it's going to be a fun year.
And if you go to the U.S. Islands website, it's pretty impressive. There's a little thing about our competition that Terry set up right there on the front page. Pretty impressive. NFARL apparel, such as this polo shirt, or Mike Cohen 84MC's long sleeve shirt there, or let's see, or Terry's jacket, John's, he's got the lightweight jacket right there, a little bit darker green. And he's also got the long sleeve shirt, thank you, John. And then you saw Terry decked his out with U.S. Islands in the OTA badges too. So some nice stuff there. The next order is supposed to go in March 1st. So go get on the mart and order your NFARL apparel.